Hello world, Cossy here, and welcome to this week's Geek Movie News. Starting off with a bit of news about the upcoming Jason Reitman Ghostbusters sequel. Now, this is obviously highly anticipated by Ghostbusters fans, especially those who weren't a big fan of the previous all-female cast movie. This is a continuation of the original storylines from the universe in which the first two movies exist. And it seems to be that a lot of rumours are coming out now, mainly because Jason Reitman has said that there will be original cast members in the new movie. So we're looking at Dan Aykroyd, we're looking at Bill Murray, and we're looking at Ernie Hudson. Sigourney Weaver is apparently going to be appearing. And this week we've also heard from Annie Potts that she is likely to appear. Now, she's obviously been very careful on what she's said, but that she has seen a script. So we're potentially seeing a Ghostbusters sequel with new Ghostbusters, but featuring a lot of the original cast members. I can't see Rick Moranis coming out of retirement for it, but if he did, that would be pretty awesome. What do you guys think? A new Ghostbusters continuing the storyline of the first two. Also this week, we saw the release of the first Birds of Prey poster, which is here. Now, as you can see, it's a very plain sort of text-based poster. There are some nods in the text to the different weapons that will be used by the different girls in the actual movie. The movie is slated to be R-rated, which Margot Robbie really pushed for because she didn't want a sort of a weak, watered-down, all-female cast movie. The full name has also been revealed with the poster, so it's the Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. That's the full name of the movie, apparently. Not a great deal has been revealed about the movie at the moment, other than it will obviously have Harley Quinn in it. We're looking at Renee Montoya, Cassandra Cain, Huntress, and Black Canary all being introduced in the movie, and that Ewan McGregor is going to play the villain, and he's actually going to be playing a version of Black Mask. So if those of you out there are big fans of the DC Comics, you'll know who that is. Interesting that it's going to be released next year, that they're kind of keeping it under the radar and keeping things close to the chest, and it's going to be R-rated, so let's see how that does. So rumours circulating about Marvel Cinematic Universe's Shang-Chi movie, with rooms like Donnie Yen, who you will know from Star Wars Rogue One, and also Ludi Lin. No confirmation on the characters that these will be playing, other than it is likely Ludi Lin will be in sort of an older statesman role, potentially a villainous role. It will be interesting to see who they cast really in the movie. It's a character that's not particularly well known, but as we know, Marvel, Disney have been absolutely slaying it with characters that aren't particularly well known outside of hardcore comic book fans like me and probably some of you. So I've got high hopes for this, actually. Alex Kurtzman has been talking a lot about some upcoming potential and very real Star Trek projects this week. The first that he's mentioned is that he's listening to the fans. There was a big petition, about 28,000 fans signed, to have a spin-off series from Star Trek Discovery featuring the Enterprise, featuring the Pike-led Enterprise. And he hasn't confirmed that is 100% happening, but that they are exploring possibilities to bring those stories to life in some way, shape or form. It would be fantastic if they could actually do a spin-off series, especially though they're doing a series based on Philippa Giorgio. They're doing a series based on Picard. So why not? Like, for me, in Discovery Series 2, Season 2 if you're American, obviously, one of the best parts of that season was Pike, was seeing a younger Pike, seeing more of him and how he fits into that timeline in the original universe, seeing more of his crew, and I'd love to see more of those stories. He's also stated that they are working on some Star Trek animated projects, one of which is called Star Trek Lower Decks, named after a Star Trek Next Generation episode. For those of you who aren't familiar, it focused on not the main characters, but some of the junior officers on lower decks and other areas of the starship. And that's what this series is going to be about. So it will not be focusing on the main huge plot line that's going on with the bridge crew and the the more sort of higher ups on whatever ship that it will be based on. It will be looking at how those types of events impact the work and life of people working lower down, juniors working on lower decks, essentially. That is going to be on CBS All Access. So I can only guess that here in the UK and Europe, we're likely to see it if it's released through Netflix in the same way that we are getting with Star Trek Discovery. The second is a yet to be named full CGI animated series that will be airing on Nickelodeon, and it's going to be aimed at a younger demographic mainly, as Star Trek is trying to capture a younger fan's imagination in the same way that the Star Wars universe has with their animated series. It makes sense to me. I have been a fan from a very young age, but that was because my family, or someone in my family, got me into it. I know a lot of people who I know who are fans found it later on, found it in their early teens. So it makes sense to try and maximize your exposure to fans or potential fans at a young age. So this is just a smart move. Now, finally, on the Star Trek front is a little bit about the rumoured Tarantino R-rated Star Trek film. Now, Tarantino has been talking about this a lot in interviews recently. He really wants to do it and he really wants to push forward with it. And it seems to have a big supporter that some of you might not expect. William Shatner is a big fan of this idea. He has come out defending it, saying that he doesn't understand why the fan base would be insulted or upset at the use of profanity, especially since obviously in the previous season of Discovery there was an F-bomb dropped by Tilly, who, are you a fan of Discovery out there watching this video? Don't we all love Tilly? Anyway, yeah, there have been now canonical use of foul language in a Star Trek series, so why not let Tarantino have a go at it? Like, the guy is a genius when it comes to filmmaking. He is a fan, and I'm sure he could do something really offbeat and quirky and make it work, and probably have Samuel L. Jackson in it. Okay guys, that's all for this week. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, do not forget to like it, click the subscribe button and click that bell button so you know when my videos are hitting the YouTube. In the description box is also a link to my Facebook page and my Twitter. Make sure you give both a follow to hear more about this and generally me discussing random stuff on the internet. So, until next time, au revoir.